We are going to try something new tonight. We're going to press live here over on LinkedIn. You're hearing this as a recording wherever you enjoy fine podcasts, and I'm going to encourage you to share this episode with a colleague or a client. But simultaneously to this, we're going to go live on LinkedIn. I'm going to press that button now to start it, and we'll kick the episode at the same time. We're going to talk about the impact of the ruling AB5 in California. We're going to talk about a new head of product at Geopath. We're going to try it all live here tonight. So wherever you're listening to this, it's July 6th, 2022. Let me get this queued up here. And we're going to call this, what are we going to call this one? We're going to call this Tear Sheet Live. I know, very, very, very original new title there. So thanks for bearing with me as we get that launch for our friends over on LinkedIn. Give that a few seconds. It's telling me, don't forget to smile. I promise I won't. Thank you for the kind reminder, computer teleprompter. Have you heard of AB5? What is it and why does it matter to out-of-home advertising, specifically in the state of California? Find out today. And Geopath names a new head of product. What do we know about the new hire? This and more on Out-of-Home Insider Daily, the tear sheet for your battle plan. Earlier this week, the United States Supreme Court denied review of the circuit's reversal against the injunction of Assembly Bill 5, also referred to as AB5 in the state of California. The law most directly impacts owner-operators and is being cited as cause for concern of a complete upending of the state's logistics system. As previously reported by logisticsmanagement.com, truck drivers are divided on AB5, which limits when workers can be contractors instead of employees. Previously, an injunction had been in place keeping AB5 at bay and truckers on the road, but as it is lifted, complying with AB5 will be a reality for trucking companies in California. Motor carriers are being advised to immediately evaluate their California operations to determine what, if any, steps should be taken to respond to the changing backdrop for trucking. So, if you're running truckside advertising in California or you operate a truckside advertising company that runs campaigns in California, the question becomes that do the motor carriers we work with have owner-operators under contract in the conventional or traditional structure? And depending on that will be whether or not they are going to convert those owner-operators into employees or keep them as independent contractors. Obviously, the owner-operator truck driver, the decision to become an employee is significant, and only time will really tell what the outcome of that will be. But to determine if you are potentially at risk working with carriers that could get you or your brand or your company in hot water, there's an easy test that the state is applying to make that determination. It's called the ABC test, which the Reuters report said was created by the California Supreme Court in the 2018 case of Dynamex operations versus the Superior Court to determine whether workers are truly independent contractors. That's going to be the point of emphasis. Here's how it works. A, the burden is on the motor carrier to prove it does not control the details of that owner-operator's work, meaning they are truly independent. B, to see if the owner-operator is in the same trade or occupation profession as the motor carrier, meaning that the work cannot be satisfied by an existing employee of the company and require the use of an independent contractor to get the job done. And C, that the owner-operator is an independently established business with an EIN, the whole nine. You now arguably have fewer truck drivers as a result of AB5 because at least some percentage of motor carriers will either not do business in California because they feel that there's too much risk of class action lawsuits or regulatory action by the California government. You have another slice of motor carriers that will say what we want to do is only use employee truck drivers as a result of this law. So any of you owner operators who want to be employee truck drivers, they will continue to have work. But if not, these companies are going to not continue use. Fewer trucks on the road means just that. Fewer trucks on the road, less traffic. It could mean that the value of truck side attention becomes more valuable in California, or it could be that the risk is just not worth it and it's not as scalable a format in California. So how might that limit brands in their desired use? Estimates are between 50 and 70,000 fewer trucks will be on the road in California than even just last month. So anytime that supply goes down and demand stays constant, the price generally goes up with the respective value of having that supply. In this case, a truck with your ad on the side of it could be more valuable. Could mean that other formats become more valuable if truck side were to become less interesting due to scalability concerns or lawsuit liability. So the question becomes, who will answer the call and take the leadership baton for our truck side friends? With diesel prices at an all-time high, trucker shortages already, and supply chain constrictions that have impacted global logistics, but most specifically here in the United States, the answer for truck side cannot be a commoditized race to the bottom, but rather a strategic alignment to the restrictions in place and what matters most for brands. If you are in the truck side space or logistics industry at large, I'd love to hear from you. Drop me a line at outofhomeinsider at gmail.com, all spelled out, no OH. It's outofhomeinsider at gmail.com. And more new blood at Geopath as they tap PatientPoint's Chris Luken to head product and facilitate new strategic growth. Prior to PatientPoint, Luken led product strategy and design of cross-platform video measurement products at ComScore, as well as branded content measurement at Rentrack, which was acquired by ComScore. Luken's preceding company, a venture capital-funded startup named Sponsor Hub, was acquired by Rentrack for its innovative experiential marketing and social analytics measurement products that quantified the advertising value of brand marketing within emerging channels. Geopath did not disclose the explicit nature of Luken's new role, but in a statement from our friend and yours, President Dylan Mabin said it is part of the not-for-profit's strategic vision initiative, which will include a comprehensive cataloging and inventory auditing across all out-of-home media formats, as well as facilitating data interoperability across the out-of-home and larger media ecosystem. Certainly an exciting addition to the team at Geopath and something we'll all be tuned into for sure. And for your MotionWorks marketing minute of the day, did you know that 1 in 20 Californians work in the transportation or warehousing industry? This one definitely shocked me and amplifies the cause for concern regarding the AB5 decision and is something we'll continue to monitor over the coming weeks and months. Please make sure to subscribe and please share this episode with a colleague or client today. Start a conversation about finding hidden value. Until tomorrow, this is Out of Home Insider Daily, the tear sheet for your battle plan. We did it. That was the live over on LinkedIn. I'm gonna finish this up here. We'll get this pushed out. So by the time you're hearing all this has already been run on LinkedIn. But really excited that you tuned into this one, the first ever simulcast onto LinkedIn Live, starting to get a hang of this platform. So more good stuff to follow. And as always, thanks for hanging out. We'll see you next time.